Right, we got my featured artist of the week on the studio hotline now. Welcome to the show, Holly Fitzgerald.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. Holly Fitzgerald, for those who don't know, you're a local musician based in the West Midlands.
I am indeed not far outside of Birmingham.
Sure. So, what part of the West Mids are you based?
Kind of South Staffordshire way. It's
Okay,
a village that nobody's really heard
sure.
of, so
And you, music is obviously close to your heart. Is it your full-time occupation, or is it just something that you do for a hobby?
on its way to being my full-time occupation. I wish it was at the moment, but we're getting there.
Sure, you're on the way up then, and you have a new
Yeah,
single out called Kaleidoscope.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've previewed it, and it's a great song. It's got like a kind of Michael Bublé feel to it,
Oh.
if I like to say that. And tell us more. What inspired you? Kaleidoscope. That's to do with colours, isn't it?
Yeah. To be honest with you, it was kind of it was almost fashioned after a James Bond song, and it was like to do with the way that people see the world and
Hmm.
like perceptions, and hence the kaleidoscope, because I wanted it to be like, because all the different images of, you
Sure.
think of the child's toy, and then it's just a different perspectives and the fragmented light of reality. I know that sounds kind of like pretentious, but
Of course. And you do a few gigs as well. What's the most bizarre, unusual gig you've done?
probably one of my most recent ones. I did a launch party for Tony and Guy
Yeah,
in Wolverhampton, and it was in a salon.
yeah.
I ended up modelling a braided hairstyle for them at the same time, so I guess that was pretty
Yeah.
unusual.
Do dreams become a reality if you follow them?
Yeah, I think so. That's
And
what I hope so.
yeah, great, good for you. And you do a bit of covers, and you also do original material. Which do you prefer out the two? Do you like to mix it up, mash it up, bit of both?
I do like to mix it up and do a bit of both. I really love songwriting, and that's me, that's pure me. But I do. There is something about taking somebody else's song and making it different, and like changing it up to fit what I might do, or yeah, make it feel a bit different. I do really like that.
Yep. And you're in the duo as well. You is it one of your friends? Is it?
Yeah, Mitch Richardson.
Yep. And you've covered a kook song,
Yeah.
which has got well over 1,000 views. Actually, you're doing well on that one.
Oh, thanks.
And do you have any gigs coming up where we or some of the listeners can come up and see you and support you?
At the moment, we've got nothing booked in, but
Hmm.
it's something we're working on at the moment. So
Okay.
if we'll be posting about it on all of the social medias
Yep.
that we've got. So
Sure. And where can people follow you on your Twitters and your Facebooks and what have you?
on Instagram and Twitter, it's at hm_Fitzgerald.
Hmm.
On Facebook, it's Holly Fitzgerald Music.
Hmm.
And generally, if you do a web search for that, you should get my
Yeah.
website too.
So,
And same for the YouTube.
of course. And what's the live music scene like in the Black Country? What are your thoughts on it?
Um, I think I think it's good. I don't think it's as good as like London, for
Hmm.
example, or but there's definitely growing. I think it's on its way up. And I went to a recent thing in Birmingham about the music industry, like a networking. And everybody there was so enthusiastic, and so everybody was really talking about building the industry around the Midlands and how everything's on the upswing, and it was really great. So I think it's good.
Lovely. And who are your influences? Who do you like to listen to outside of performing?
Oh, this is kind of a long list. I hope you're ready.
Go for it.
um, so anything from like Nina Simone to Aretha Franklin, you name all those big
Hmm.
voices from time gone by. Like even Whitney Houston, I grew up singing that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, and when I started training, and that was what inspired me. And then move on to my teenage goth phase of Evanescence. um, you might be able to get that from some of my images and some of my
Hmm.
songs as an influence, to be honest. Uh,
So a bit of a mixture there.
Yeah, really quite mixture. But these days it's like Florence and the Machine and things that are kind of electronic
Yeah.
and ambient, really.
Oh, Interesting. And you're on Spotify as well. Spotify celebrated 10 years. Do you think Spotify platforms like that are a good thing, where you can just release music onto these platforms, or do you see too much talent coming through now, which makes it harder to compete or go against or rival, I suppose?
Yeah. I guess it is difficult to compete on that kind of a level. Because cutting through the noise, as it were, it's a phrase I see all the time. And it's, I guess, standing out, and that is difficult, but the ease of which you can release something and have all this control at the tip of your fingers is fantastic. It's just utilising it, I guess.
And do you think more artists, musicians should come together and support each other rather than compete? If the music industry all just kind of like held hands and helped each other, it would be a much better place, wouldn't it?
It would. I think you're right. And there is a lot of competitive nature in music in general. And I mean, I did a degree in music, and seeing other people that want to cut other musicians down and climb on top of them, it's not about that, is it? It's about us making something that we love and sharing it with the world, surely.
Of course. And it's about the people, isn't it? At the end of the day, the people you're performing to, they're the ones who love to see your act and what have you.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for sharing your music with us. We're going to put on your new single, Kaleidoscope, on now, and for the listeners, and good luck with your gigs.
Great, thank you very much.
And we'll check in with you soon, see how you're getting on, and keep on playing.
Awesome, thank you, Danny.
So Holly Fitzgerald there on the Danny Sun Radio Show, exclusive featured artist of the week.